The technocrat politician and former Rajya Sabha MP Rajeev Chandrasekhar has been appointed the Kerala BJP chief. Remember, the state goes to polls next year. Mr. Chandrasekhar is joining us live. Thank you so much for your time here on NDTV. Congratulations to you, Mr. Chandrasekhar. My question is, how do you plan to revive the BJP's fortunes in a state where it has struggled historically to make inroads?
No, I don't think that is an accurate characterization, Maria. I think over the last two election cycles, the party has grown significantly, and we are at a 20% vote share today in Kerala's politics. We are certainly what I consider the alternate to 70 years of frustration in Kerala, the lack of any development. And so it's not a question of revival. I think I come at a time when the party is poised for growth and expansion, as we are at a 20% vote share. And this has happened very rapidly over the last 2 to 4 years. So I think we are poised for a significant leap forward. And that is certainly how I see the future. And that is how I view my work and responsibility.
But this is a state unit which is riddled with factionalism. There are challenges with the absence of foot soldiers. And also, Mr. Chandrasekhar, that the BJP in the past had built this strategy around a narrative which is to do with Hindu assertion. Many saw that as backfiring on the party. Do you think the party will be going back to the drawing board?
No, I don't think so. I think, first of all, this narrative of groupism or factionalism is a narrative that has been thrust on us by our good friends in the CPM and the Congress party, who certainly have really no good idea for the future of Kerala or India. And so therefore, they have, over the last 2 decades, very successfully sort of pinned this narrative of BJP being a party with groupism and factionalism. And that is about as far from the truth as possible. I was recommended and supported for being the BJP state president by every leader in the Kerala BJP. It was unanimous, and I have seen in my experience of 1 year in Kerala, I certainly admit that I don't have a long history of Kerala politics. But in the last 1 year, where I was actively involved with my Lok Sabha election, I have seen absolutely no hint of any group or factionalism. And to the point that you make about Karyakartas, I look at my own election as an unknown new face in Trivandrum in 35 days alone. This is the organization, the strong organization of the BJP that delivered over 3.5 lakh votes. So I think both those are myths. We have an extremely strong, motivated, committed Karyakarta base in Kerala. It is an absolute pride to be a member of it and to be a leader of this party. And I think this whole narrative of being a communal party or a Hindutva party that again has been pushed by the CPM and the Congress is an absolute lie, because the last 11 years of Narendra Modi ji, Maria, he has spoken about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. He has practiced Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. And I have said openly that if anyone in the CPM or the Congress is today willing to demonstrate even one policy that is discriminating any community, I will quit politics. And if they don't, they should stop this misinformation. Okay. This is a party that is committed to changing the trajectory of every Malayali family. We want to bring development and opportunity to every Malayali family, regardless of what caste, community, or religion he or she comes from. Okay. That is our philosophy, that is our ideology, that is our mission, and no amount of misinformation and no amount of mischaracterization can change that.
Yes, in a state which has largely seen bipolar polity of two major parties between the Congress and the CPIM, you're right, in 2024, BJP managed 20% vote share. But the question about next year, how are you seeing the elections play out in 2026?
No, so look, day before yesterday, when I spoke for the first time to a gathering of the Karyakartas and leaders of our party at the state council meeting, where my presidency was announced, I said very clearly, our party under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has one mission. In Malayalam, we call it Dautyam. That our mission is to bring change to the Kerala economy, bring change to the lives of the people of Kerala. And to do that, to be effectively able to improve the lives of people, we must be in administration, we must be in government, we must be able to use governance as a tool to change the lives and improve the lives of people. So our mission is very clear. We are interested in, Maria, in competing, being competitive in the local body elections in October, November, and in the ensuing assembly elections in 2026, with a view that we want to be able to change the trajectory of Kerala. We want to be able to improve the lives of people in Kerala.
Okay.
We want to make the political narrative in Kerala not about hate and lies and division and violence and corruption. We want to move the narrative of Kerala into development, education, prosperity, opportunities for our youngsters, and not have every young talented Malayali rush off to some other country or to move to another state in India to pursue his or her dreams.
Okay.
That is our mission, and we will work very hard for that.
One of the hot button issues which is almost seeing great mobilization among the southern states is the issue of delimitation. The BJP finds itself completely isolated in Tamil Nadu, where you have taken a position which other parties, including that of MK Stalin, who's leading this entire mobilization of the southern states, he is of that opinion that delimitation should be put on hold. Pinarayi Vijayan's party is backing that. What will be the stand? Will you be in sync with what the BJP at the center is saying, or will you be taking a different stand, keeping in mind particularly the domestic interest or the state interest?
Look, I think we must all recognize what MK Stalin's move is about. This has been said before, and I say it strongly today. This is a man who has been Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu and has really nothing to show for his 5 years in government. And as it gets closer to the elections, they believe this is a smart strategy of trying to distract people with language chauvinism, delimitation, talking about culture and identity, when what people want to hear is, what have you done in the last 5 years excepting to make your own son the Deputy Chief Minister? So when you are out of issues, when you have nothing to report back to the people, unlike the BJP, which makes development the issue, our report card is presented to the people of India in every election or every state. These are political parties that unite essentially to protect their own turf and protect their power by foisting divisive and fake narratives on the people of Tamil Nadu, and some people have tried that in Karnataka as well. So this is not new to us. Delimitation is a constitutional process. There is a laid down process on how the country and its constituencies are determined, and that process has been going on.
But are you not worried that it will isolate you further in Kerala?
No, look, we are isolated. I don't understand isolation. I mean, if the definition of isolation is that BJP NDA is the only party that is thinking about the future of India and thinking of Viksit Bharat, if BJP and NDA are the only political formation that thinks of Viksit Kerala, and everybody else wants to do land grabbing, corruption, dividing people and appeasement, I'm happy to be a part of an isolated party. We are certainly very different from this opportunistic alliance called the India Alliance, and we make no bones about it. We are proud to be extremely different from the kind of politics that they practice. We believe in a politics of performance. We believe in working hard. And these are people who believe in making their son the Deputy Chief Minister when he's a failed movie star. So if you believe that this difference and this opposition implies isolation, I'm happy. I don't mind being isolated from the DMK.
Okay. Mr. Chandrasekhar, we are running this campaign on NDTV with regards to justice for 20-year-old Chaithanya, a nursing student who lost her life. She died by suicide. My question is that Kerala is a society which has high literacy rate. It's a society which has fine education institutions, but these education institutions perhaps are evading responsibility and accountability.
Look, it is a real tragedy that at a time when the world and the whole economic framework of the world is resting on talented youngsters, whether you are talking about AI or electronics or digitalization or innovation or manufacturing. Every country is looking at its youth as an asset. Every state is looking at its young demography as a potential competitive advantage. We have Kerala, where which started off as being a hub for education, hub for sciences, hub for culture, is now becoming a state, has become a state where universities and colleges are hubs of violence, hubs of drugs, hubs where children are, parents feel unsafe, feel that it's unsafe to send their children. And that is why so many colleges today have, undergraduate colleges have up to 30 and 40% of the seats vacant, because children are being sent outside the state for studying. Children, when they finish studying, go outside the state to pursue their careers. It is really a travesty that a state that was very long ago 100% literate state is today playing really slipshod politics and allowing the young youth of our state to leave either the state or being held captive to drugs and campus violence. Even during my elections, just before the Lok Sabha election, a young dental student went to college, a 21, 23-year-old boy, and ended up dead because he was ragged and subjected to violence by some left union members. So this is not, in today's 2025 age, you don't go to a university or a college to be intimidated and face violence. You go to learn, go to learn skills, and you go to universities, you look to universities and colleges as a place to improve your future. Instead, in Kerala, you see, as you're seeing with your own campaign, a lot of children find that their futures are brought to a brutal end because of the violence and or the drugs that are becoming the norm here. It is my state. I have studied here. I love my state more than or equal to anybody else, and this is not something that any well-meaning, well-thinking Malayali should allow for even one day more. And that is why I believe change is required in Kerala, change in our politics, change in our priorities.
All right, Mr. Rajeev Chandrasekhar, pleasure having you on NDTV. Wishing you all the best for your new responsibility, and hope to see you soon in Trivandrum, perhaps, where we'll be seeing you in action among your people. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you very much.